Hello and welcome. Welcome to a very special episode of Littke Likac podcast. Today I am going to be talking all about the Socksy and You Know It knit along for 2025. If you are a regular viewer and you already know about the Socksy make along, you might want to skip the first few minutes of this video, simply because the first few minutes I'm just going to be talking about what it is and how to join in, etc. And then after that I am going to be showing you the yarns that I'm packing away for 2025. Alright, so what is the Socksy and You Know It make along? The Socksy and You Know It make along came about because about this time last year I realised I had a lot, and I mean a lot, of self-striping sock yarn. I must have had at least 60 balls, at least 60, maybe more, of self-striping sock yarn. And I thought I really need to get using some of this. So I set myself the challenge of knitting a pair of socks every month throughout 2024 using a ball of self-striping sock yarn. Some of it was commercial yarn, Regia, Opal, West Yorkshire Spinners, and some of it was from indie dyers. And what I did was I picked out 12, which took me quite a long time to choose, but I picked out 12 balls of yarn last year, and then I wrapped them up in just tissue paper, and then I numbered them, put stickers on them, numbers 1 to 12. And there were a few that I put specific numbers on. So I had a couple of Christmassy ones, so I specifically put, for example, number 12, so that I would knit a Christmas yarn in December, and also number 7 had a Christmas one as well, so that I had a Christmas one in July. And I opened this up as a make along, and I gave out some prizes this year. So every month we pull out a winner from not the previous month actually, but 2 months before. So you have 2 months to knit a pair of socks, and we enter. All of the entries are done on Ravelry. The reason for that is because Instagram is making it a lot more difficult to see everything that's tagged with hashtags, especially if you're trying to find things that are more than a few months old. So it's all done on Ravelry, and if you don't use Ravelry, you are welcome to email me or send me a message on Instagram with a picture of your socks. Must admit though, preferably email. So if you email me a picture of your finished socks, tell me which month you started them in, I will put them in the Ravelry thread for you. And then on my podcast, every month or so, we pick a winner. Well, the smart speaker picks a winning entry at random, and I send them a ball of yarn or a pattern, depending on whether you are an international viewer or in the UK, because it was getting quite expensive sending out yarn internationally. Excuse me. Quite often the cost of the postage was more than the yarn was worth. Right, so this video, we're about 3.5 minutes in. So this video today is I'm going to show you the yarns that I have picked out for next year for 2025. I have already done this. Last year, you actually sat through me deliberating and looking at all my yarns. But because I have got through, well, nearly 12 balls of sock yarn, so it's only November, so there's still December's to go. So I've used at least 12 balls of self-striping sock yarn on the 2024 make along. Plus I have used a few other sets, balls of sock yarn for making socks for other people, and I've given away a few. So I really was down to a smaller number, a much smaller number in my stash. Yay! But I still have got enough for 12 pairs of self-striping sock yarn socks for next year as well. So we're going to do it. We're going to do another year of this. And I really, really hope as many of you are going to join in as possible. So if you knit a pair of socks, say you start them in January, you have till the end of February to enter them in the Ravelry thread. At the end of February, that thread closes and we draw a prize winner. You've still got time to get involved this year. If you cast on a pair of socks in November, well, actually, cast on a pair of socks in November, you can enter those right through to the end of December. If you cast on a pair of socks in December, you'll be able to enter those right through to January, end of January 2025. I hope that makes sense. So would you like to see what I have picked out? Last year, I said that the rule was they all had to have purple in them. think nearly all of these have got purple in them again. If you didn't already know, purple is my favourite colour. Let's see. I'm going to say in no particular order because they will get wrapped up, and I'm not even sure that next year I'm going to say save one for December and July for Christmas in July. I think it's just going to be totally random. So I'm just, right, let me just actually then, I'm just going to pull one out at random. Okay, this is the first one. Ta-da! So this is a James C. Brett Funky Feet, and I think I bought this in a shop in York with my daughter when I first went up to visit her. I think it was only £4.50 by the looks of it. And so this is James Brett Funky Feet in the colourway FZ03. I have to admit, I don't think I've double checked that this stripes, but given what it shows you on there, I'm hoping it does stripe properly. I'm not one of these ones where it kind of fades a bit and things. So anyway, so that is one of the ones that is going to get wrapped up, and you can see that it has got shades of pinks and purples in it, so we're all good. It's also got brown. So the colourway on this is FZ03. I don't know if it's got a colourway name. With some of these, what I might try to do afterwards, if I get a chance, is look up if they've got a colourway name and write them on the bottom down here, because quite often with commercial yarn they don't always print the colourway name on the ball band, but when you look it up on the website they have, so we'll see. So that's the first one I've pulled out. Who knows what number it will get though, because what I did last time was I wrapped them all up and then gave my husband the stickers and said, can you just put stickers on these however you want? So I will do the same again. Okay, so again, at random, here we go. The second ball that I'm pulling out is recent purchase. Bought this year, and it is an opal. Now opal always have all sorts of other sort of names. Opal Viridian, and it's Viridian's Shuff Putt range. No idea what any of those things mean. The colourway does have a name. It's called Sunny, and I think, let me see if I've got this right, Farbe I think is the colour, so it's 7953, and that is what it will look like knitted up. This one doesn't seem to have any purple on it. We've got pink, blue and green, but no purple, but we'll forgive it. It's allowed in anyway. I bought this from a canal boat, the Beanie Baby canal boat. Beanie Baby? Not Beanie Baby, that's not right, is it? What do they call themselves? Can't remember what they call themselves now. But a canal boat, floating canal boat. Of course it's floating, seriously. A canal boat that went round parts of the UK and the Midlands selling yarn and handmade soap. And I bought this from them in, I think, April this year. So not been in my stash very long. Okay, let's pick out another one. Okay. Here we have West Yorkshire Spinner Signature 4-ply. And this was also bought this year. So yes, I did knit quite a lot from I knitted quite a lot of self-striping sock yarn from stash this year, but it looks like I also replaced quite a bit and bought quite a bit this year. I love it. I love self-striping sock yarn. Okay, this is though the West Yorkshire Spinner colourway for Yarndale for this year, and it was called Brenda, and it has got some purple in it. You may not be able to see that terribly well, but it has got some purple in it. It's called Brenda, colourway 1236, and I've not been saying what the makeup of them are they? This one is 75% wool, but it contains 35% Blueface Leicester and 25% nylon. You can see here it says Yarndale. Yarndale is a big yarn show in the UK held in Yorkshire in September every year. So I only purchased this in September. Oh, also this year when I've been knitting all my socks, I was using contrasting heels, toes and cuffs from different colours. I've decided that next year, 2025, I'm not going to do that because I'm going to try and use more of each of the balls of yarn. Excuse me. When you use contrasting colour for the heels, toes and cuffs, although I love the look of it, it does mean as well though that I've still got even more left over. And the point of this is to try and use as much of the stash as I can and as much of the self-striping as I can. So we're not looking for contrasting colours this time, unless I decide in the middle of next year that I'm randomly going to do that. Right, let's see what we've got next. Number 4. Okay, this is an indie dyer. This was also purchased at Yarndale this year. This is from Dragon Hill Studio. Look at that. Now I think technically this is a Christmas one because, well, no, I thought it was something about sprouts, but it's not. It's purple sparkling broccoli. It's broccoli, not sprouts. So it doesn't have to be Christmassy. Isn't it absolutely beautiful? So this is on Sherborne Sparkle Sock 4-ply. So it's 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, 5% stellina, 100 grams, 400 meters. And I could not choose between this one and another one that you're going to see pulled out shortly. And again, it was in Yarndale this year, so only in September that I succumbed to this. Yeah, I think I did pretty well most of the year not buying more self-striping sock yarn, and then at Yarndale I ended up buying a few. Okay, so number 5, are we on? And this is 2 balls because they're 2 50-gram balls. And this is Drops Fable print. I have a feeling that I may have purchased this year as well, because I think, I don't know if it was this year or the end of last year actually, but I think it was one of those things that got added to my basket to get my total up to get free shipping, as you do. The colourway for this is 330, so I will look it up. I do have 2 skeins of it. I'm hoping this stripes, but actually I have to admit I haven't double checked whether it stripes properly or not. I may have checked when I bought it though. Or I might not have done. I might have just gone, oh look, it's purple. Obviously very purple. So yeah, so it's Drops Fable print, superwash treated sock wool. See if I can find the makeup. 75% wool, 25% polyamide. Okay, put that on. I'm not doing it very randomly there, was I? I was having a good peer. All right, let's see. Aha! Here we have another opal. There we go, another opal, and it's also another one of these Viridian ones, whatever that means. It does say wool from Happy Sheep from Germany, and be a sheep sponsor. And so, like one of the others I pulled out, like this one, it's the same range from Opal Yarn. And this one is called Kate, and it is colourway 7955. And we'll knit up like that. So looking forward to knitting that one as well. 425 meters. It is really nice. I am looking at this going, yeah, and I can see why I picked this up. Again, pinky purple on it as well, so it is hitting that criteria, but as I say, not every single one this year is going to have purple in it, but quite a few do. I'm really looking forward to that one. Okay, right, where are we up to now? 1, 2, 3. All right, number 7, and it is another West Yorkshire Spinners signature 4-ply. This one is called Hidden Gem. I believe it's stripes. It's called Hidden Gem, colourway, is that 871 maybe? There's quite a lot of different numbers on that sticker. So again, like the other West Yorkshire Spinners, 75% wool, 35% is Blueface Leicester and 25% nylon. This is one of the Winnick Mum collection. Oh, so I need to double check, because I know one of the other ones I had from Winnick Mum, when I knitted that up, it didn't stripe in proper stripes, but I still liked it. I wasn't sure I was going to like it when I was knitting it, but so I don't know whether this one will do proper stripes or not. We shall see. All right, next we have another opal. Oh, look at this. This does have purple in it. This is awesome. This is from the Black Dragon 2 Fantasy Island range. And the colourway, Black Dragon 2 Fantasy Island Mystico Vold, which I'm guessing is probably like Mysterious World, something like that. Colourway 11132, and it'll knit up like that. They're going to be pretty dramatic socks, aren't they? I feel like they should be sort of like Halloween type ones. I did say though I wasn't going to specifically put them into Christmas, Halloween, etc. But these do feel like quite Halloween colours, don't they? Awesome. Where did I get that from? Oh, I got gifted that. I got gifted that at Knitwit's shop, which unfortunately that shop is closed down now, or is closing down. But yes, the owner there gifted me that. Right, let's see what else we've got. Quite a lot of dragon theme going on here, because this is another one from Dragon Hill Studios, and this one is called Pink Dahlia, and it is another sparkly one, but we don't have purple in this. It's just a very beautiful pink. We'll forgive it because it's so beautiful. So yes, it's called Pink Dahlia, and it's the same makeup as the other one from Dragon Hill Studio. So I also bought that one in Yarndale this year. So quite a lot of these were bought this year. But that's pretty good if I bought them this year and I knit them next year. That's pretty good going for me. I have some things in my stash that have been in there a long time. Okay. Now we have another signature 4-ply from West Yorkshire Spinners. And this is also another Yarndale one, and I believe I bought this in Yarndale 2023, and the colourway for this one is Hope, so I think that's 869. So it's another Yarndale colourway. This one does not have any purple in it, but we will forgive it. It's probably why it didn't get picked last year, because it didn't have purple. But I don't want Hope to feel left out. So we will be adding that in. Only 2 left. Okay, so number 11 is this one, which is a Christmas one. So this is Stylecraft Head Over Heels. It stripes like that, and the colourway is Vixen. And I bought a pack of 4 skeins of Stylecraft, all sort of like Christmas colourways, about 2 years ago, and this is one of those, and I think I've given away one. So one was plain red, and I've used that as a contrast colour. One I've given away, and one I've knitted this year. So I am really debating whether to, because I've got 2 Christmas ones, which I'll show you the last one in a minute. So I am debating whether to put the Christmas ones in again as specifically to be knitted in July for Christmas in July and December, or whether just to go random. I think I'm just going to go random. I'm just going to go random. So the last one If you've seen the most recent podcast, you'll know that I was debating whether to include this for socks or not. And I've decided I will. So, only bought this week. And it's from And Knit Co. And it is called, or just And Knit. I don't know why I always want to say Knit Co. Oh, because her website, she is And Knit Co. on Instagram. But she's just called And Knit on here. So one of the reasons I was debating whether to use this for socks or not is because it's got yak in it. And in fact, one person did comment on my video, on my podcast, saying perhaps it would felt because it's got yak. But I have double checked, and this is sold as a sock yarn, and there is a yarn base with this 20% yak, 70% merino, 10% nylon. It is marketed by the wholesalers and suitable for socks. So we're going to do it. We're going to have that as a beautiful pair of luxury socks. So that's it. That is my pick of 12 for this year. So I am going to get those wrapped up and labelled and put away. And the reason why I do that now is come January, I would have forgotten what I've wrapped up. I would have forgotten. It really will be a genuine surprise. The only thing I'm going to say is last year I wrapped them in tissue paper that was a little bit see-through. So some of them I had a bit of an idea what they were. But this year I'm going to try and find some more. Well, I've got this wrapping paper, this Christmas wrapping paper that I found in the cupboard under the stairs, and we've got loads of it, and it's not particularly, I think it's the emergency Christmas wrapping paper, so I think I'm going to use that because it's a bit boring as Christmas wrapping paper. So I think I'm going to use that, get these wrapped up, and then get them stickered and popped away, and then each month next year I will be opening one, and I hope you will join me. It's very dodgily wrapped. I think that was the first one I wrapped.
Oh, in that case, don't change your heart just because of that. That's now going to be number 11.